And welcome to Candid Athletic Training. My name is
That
Chad.
has to be the weirdest way to start a show ever.
I know. So, welcome everybody to the show. If you're on the live stream, here's what's going on. It's the apocalypse, I think, isn't it, Kevin?
At least. I mean, that's the
Apocalypse
way everyone.
2023. Yeah.
Something like that.
So, here in Milwaukee, we got, I don't know what the temperature is. It's like in the teens. We got sleet, we got snow, we've got rain, we've got wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So, long story short, we didn't want to drive anywhere tonight, so we are doing this remote.
Ooh. National Margarita Day.
Hi, Alyssa. So this is episode 208, give or take, and this is the first one we've ever done not together. It's kind of weird.
We've done them separate. We've done them together.
We've each done one solo show, and we've done everything else together. But this is the first time we've ever done one remote. So Kevin has a little bit of an echo.
Do I?
Interesting.
Maybe it'll go away because what I did is I wanted to make sure that it looked good on YouTube. I don't know if you have YouTube pulled up.
No.
But I pulled up YouTube real quick just to make sure that it was fine. But I muted YouTube, so I might have to just get rid of YouTube.
Yeah.
Alyssa, do I still have an echo?
Yeah. So this is episode 208. It's according to Alyssa Hampton, who's on the live stream, said it's Happy National Margarita Day. Do you have a preferred margarita, Kevin?
Ooh. Traditional on the rocks.
Traditional on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Like, how often do you have a margarita?
At least.
How often do you spill your beverage?
Apparently right now. Who would have thunk? How often do I have a margarita? Once every month? Maybe.
Oh, really?
I'm sure I get Mexican once every month.
Kevin, I think I fixed our problem. I'm hoping when Kevin comes back. I clicked the echo cancellation on the interview mode, so I'm guessing you're probably going to be better here. Technology, baby.
Oh, baby. There's a lot of beer on this table that I'm missing right now.
That's too bad. I think you should just get down there. Closer, farther away. Closer, farther away.
Name that movie.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall will never get old to me.
I
don't know how many random times in a week where something will be said and I'll just turn it right up into Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Hi, Colleen. Welcome to the show. We're doing it remote today due to some weather.
Yeah.
Everyone who's listening to this on the audio is going to be like, what's going on?
What is going on? These guys suck at podcasting.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. Maybe by episode 209. I think we have a fun show planned for tonight.
Yeah. I think so too.
I think there's going to be some good arguing tonight. Let's just say that. Maybe not arguing, but there's going to be some strong points made. I got a few really strong things I want to say. We've got our top 5 is which body part is hardest to do wound care on. I think that's going to be a really fun talk. Which body part is the hardest to do wound care? We're going to do Black Panther versus Black Adam for your fictional athletic trainer debate. We've got a very silly F, Marry, Kill. And then our feature topic tonight is kind of a unique perspective, maybe just a little different way of thinking. Just a different way of thinking about the profession. At least not the way that I've thought about it. I saw something on social media. I was like, you know what, that's really kind of cool. So I want to break it down a little bit more. So before we get into, let me ask this. Alyssa and Colleen, you're on the live stream right now. Do you have a favorite margarita? Or do you have a favorite place to drink a margarita? Let us know. And then when we're in your neck of the woods, we can go get a margarita.
Where's the best margarita?
That's a good question. Where is the best place to get a margarita? I mean, is Chi-Chi's still a thing? Is Chi-Chi's just around here? Is Chi-Chi's just local? No, that's national,
No.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's national.
There's better places though. There's got to be better
There's
margaritas.
definitely better places than Chi-Chi's. I mean,
Oh, it had its heyday here.
you loved Chi-Chi's for a while.
I just love chips and anything. If you give free chips with your meal, I'm in. El Coyote, Huntsville, Alabama. El Coyote, Ugly.
Hey, Dave Yeager, like village, right down the street from our buddy Dave Yeager.
Oh, Colleen and Dave are neighbors.
I guess so. El Coyote, there, Dave. If you want a really good margarita, I think hot take here.
Ooh.
Anybody that tells me, oh, they have the best margaritas, there are good margaritas everywhere. Most places just have really bad margaritas.
Oh, really?
You can make a bad margarita, but like if you make an average margarita on the rocks, it's good. Like it's just good.
It's like,
But I do prefer.
it's like pizza
I
and
actually,
sex.
yeah,
Even when it's
pretty much
bad, it's still decent.
100%. Even when it's bad, it's good. My favorite, like, and I don't even know if it's really considered a margarita, but just a homemade ice tequila blanco, um, some fresh lime juice and salt. That's it. I don't want any syrup. I don't want any. I don't want to turn colors. Um, and that's it. That's all I want. Is that still a margarita or is that like a tequila and lime juice?
Shit, we might have to do uh, a fat with that, a blended versus on the rocks, which would make a better. Is there a fat there? Blended versus on the rocks?
I don't know if it's a fat, but it could be
Just
maybe a friend or foe, or
friend or
maybe
foe?
just would you rather? I don't know.
Would you rather do blended ice on your athletes?
It could be a fat.
I mean, we
I don't
did
know,
thin crust versus thick crust.
but we can do anything. Yeah, if it's a fat.
House House on the Rocks salt. And most margaritas from bars are all bad. Too much sour mix. Yuck.
It's so true. Anytime there's like a pre-mix of anything, you don't want it.
Yeah.
Although it's Zing Zang Bloody Mary is pretty good,
What a
but I
zing.
still add stuff to that.
You said zing zang?
Zing Zang Bloody Mary
What's
mix.
that? Oh, that's a
The
pre-made
Bloody
mix.
Mary, yeah,
Oh,
hands down the best pre-made Bloody Mary mix that you can get across the country, probably.
interesting.
Hands down.
All
I
right.
hear static. You hear static?
No.
That's good. Maybe it's just on my end.
You know, let's thank our best friends here.
Oh, please.
So the Healthy Roster is the official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training podcast. They are our best friends. Kudos to them. Check them out at www.healthyroster.com for all your electronic health records needs. You're probably starting to think about next year, getting your budgets ready. This is something that you need to look at and pencil in and figure out a way to get this as your EMR. I said EHR before. I don't even know what an EHR is. I'm pretty sure I said EHR. My brain checked out about 6 hours ago.
Electronic healthy roster. You just had HR on the brain.
That's what it should be. Electronic healthy roster. That's what you need. They are the best.
That's what it is.
Somebody on social media,
Actually,
I know who it is, but I won't say. They were asking about using voice recognition software in their medical records. And I was like, I wanted to say, just go to Healthy Roster. And I know they probably can't because some are dictated by the league and whatnot. But it's just another great feature that they offer. So
how about this? Like, have you seen this new like AI software that you can just like type in? You could type in Achilles pain, athlete, basketball, blah 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 blah, and it'll just like it'll create like a whole paragraph of something. It's
Yeah,
like got chat GTD or something like that. I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's
interesting.
great. It's I don't know. AI is getting yeah. Chat GPT optimizing language models for dialogue. So think of this: you're in high school. You got to write a 3-page term paper on like the end of the Civil War. You literally could put in some keywords and it will just type something up for you. So I'm looking real hard that that might be my note taking system in the future because notes are stupid.
Yeah,
I want AI to do my so healthy roster. Get on some GPT, write all our notes.
Alyssa, have you had any experience with it? She seems to be familiar with it. I'm wondering if she's used it at all.
I
Most of
just
our
keep
docs at the clinic have pre-populated docs that they just type in dot phrases and
yep
a couple tabs. Maybe that's the
yep.
next thing.
I mean, you read enough like doctor's notes, no chance that that's an original note.
No, it's
To
just everything, and then you just F10, and it just goes
yeah.
from like fill in left or right. You know, it's almost like a Mad Lib.
So what the hell's the point? Ugh. It's
It,
really detailed, Alyssa. Yeah,
a meal
it's
plan.
it's weirding people out because it's like it might as well be like a real person on the other end of it. It's so intelligent in how it writes. Oh, it's scary. The world is scary.
It really is. It is. We seem to be making it more complicated, and as we go forward, I don't know if we're going forward or backwards anymore.
We're just going.
All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to our weekly shenanigans, and then we'll thank the rest of our sponsors here.
Oh, sure, I like it.
Unless you got anything else for intro.
No, no, let's go.
All right, we're gonna break this thing up here. No music because we're doing.
Music.
It's gonna be awkward. There'll be a pause here.
I wonder. That'd be awesome if I could just pull
If
up
you
a
had it,
song.
I know. All right, let's do it. Ready and go. Can you hum it? Kevin?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't. I wonder if I. It's too bad.
uh,
I don't think I have all the sounds on my computer. I would just played them in the background.
I think I have. I think I have them somewhere, but they're buried under the screen. Uh,
I'd play some random song, but we'd get flagged on YouTube because then we get taken off of YouTube because we had like a Metallica song on there or something. But
probably.
either
Uh,
way,
so
what
before we get
you
into the show, just a couple other friends to thank. Smart Tools. Throw them up on the screen. 10% off anything at Smart Tools. SmartToolsPlus.com. They are coming on in just over a month to do a BFR course for us. So if you're a member of the show, look for probably the second week of April. We're going to do a 1 hour BFR course. So really excited about that. Again, check them out, Smart Tools Plus, 10% off using the code Candid10. Human Kinetics, 20% off any of their continuing education courses. You know, we are getting to that time where you're like, oh my God. I have a little bit of panic thinking about CEUs right now, going, shit, they're due this year. How many do I have? If you are in that boat,
no, I
go.
got
Yeah, you got a Smart Tools one. Make sure to go to Human Kinetics, humankinetics.com, and then use the code CandidCEU to get 20% off anything that you want there. You know, and that's kind of nice because you can pick and choose what you want to learn about. So,
and it's kind of
last,
long for that stuff too, which I like.
yeah, we have to pick another winner after the show. I think we
Sure.
were supposed to do that last week, so we'll do that tonight, Kevin. We'll pick a winner. Um, lastly, uh, pretty excited about our relationship with Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. Um, if you are a member of Candid Athletic Training, so step one, become a member of the podcast. Step two, save money by getting the lowest possible rate on your professional liability insurance. And that includes what, Kevin? I know the part you're most excited about. Not only does it have professional liability insurance, it also includes what?
General liability.
General liability.
And
So,
if you don't know about general liability and you own a business, you definitely need some general liability.
as low as $179 with a Candid Athletic Training membership. So, I think we figured out if you are spending more than $204 on professional liability insurance, you are throwing money out your window. So don't do it. Spend $25, get a Candid Athletic Training membership, get $179 for your professional liability insurance. We are saving you money. That's what we're trying to do. So I think that's all we're going to do in terms of our friends. So where do you want to start tonight's show, Kev?
Let's go top 5.
Let me see if I can find our top 5 here. Oh, hi, Nate.
What up, Nate? I just want to see. Does it show up?
What show up?
Like, did you see that? Can you see my comment?
Not yet.
Because I can see all the comments, and then there's a guest chat.
Is that you? That's not you. Oh,
I don't know.
No, that's just on the side. That's between you and me. I don't even have that popped up.
Right.
So I bet you if I did this, as we're learning here, this is the first time.
Yeah.
This is me talking to you. So that's just you and me, private. If we want to talk about our friends.
Yeah. Nice. I want to talk some shit about some people.
We would never do that. Okay, so Kevin,
I had a comment section for like if our guests, which technically I'm a guest right now, then could comment to our listeners. That'd be cool. But
yeah,
either way, get on
maybe
it.
There's a way to do that. We'll look into it. There's probably so much we can do with this. We're still learning. But Kevin, tonight's top 5. We asked 100 athletic trainers, what's the hardest body part to do wound care on?
All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Thumb.
Oh, do you need a tape? You want to tape it up?
Why not? We need some tape for the thumb. I'm going to go scalp.
Scalp.
Your toe.
Toe.
Heel.
Oh, your heel.
Calcaneus, if you will.
All right.
And your palm.
Ooh. Do you have one in particular that you think is worse than the rest? Do you have a personal least favorite wound care place?
I mean, usually the palm. But just because it was like, okay, so sliding head first, right? Get a cut on your palm. You can't just throw a Band-Aid on it. You're already sweaty. I don't like how it feels on the bat. Like, it just feels weird. Like, so the palm was always like, oh my God, what are we going to do here? Just cover it with some freaking, what was that stuff called? Like the liquid bandage stuff.
Mastisol?
But not.
Oh, the liquid bandage.
Mastisol.
No, I know what you're talking about.
But there was like, we had like, it was basically like liquid steri strips or something. Yeah. And sometimes I would just, if somebody had like an actual cut, I would just cover it with that to hold it shut as much as possible. Because second skin never works. It just peels off. I mean, honestly, anywhere that's sweaty, that's kind of where my brain went. Thumb, it's just, it's got to move and it's got to be
mobile.
It's got to be, yeah.
I have so many cuts ears right now from the cold weather. It's incredible. I'm actually almost through it, but whatever.
You need a paraffin wax bath at home.
I would love one. That would be awesome.
You know what you need? Have you
New Skin. Is that what you're talking about? New Skin?
No, like it's stronger than New Skin. It was so the vials that you crack for Stiptic and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was in that same vial.
Oh.
And it was like purple. And it was literally like
Dermabond?
I mean, it was Dermabond. Yeah, maybe that. Probably. It was Dermabond.
Yeah.
I used to use that and like glue it shut. Like whatever. No, I was gonna say, yeah, there you go. Everybody knows what it is except me. Um, Wanted, right? The movie Wanted,
Yeah,
right?
Angelina
And then
Jolie, and
yeah,
was that Miles Teller or was that
no,
Jordan
Miles Teller
Joseph?
was in, but
Morgan Freeman,
young,
Curve the Bullet,
yep, young.
not Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
God, what's that guy's name? Um,
I mean, that's why they invented the phone, Kev. I got it here.
you got it.
I'll get to it. I
I
bet you
I
Nate will get to it
didn't.
before. Oh, James
I
McAvoy.
typed in Wanted. Yeah, Professor X, young
He's so
Professor
good.
X.
Did you ever see Split?
Uh, yeah,
It was so good,
it was
Split.
really good. I typed in Wanted and hoping to get to the movie right away, and all it came up with is Wanted posters. Stupid. Um, those baths. That's where my brain was going. Um, we need to get those baths. Those like wax baths that like
Yeah,
healed them.
kind of reminds
That's
me of X-Men origin stories too, like Wolverine origin story, Deadpool,
yeah. I and
the
that
Lazarus Pit.
paraffin wax. Yeah, Lazarus Pit. We could do something like that. That could be like an FMK or something. Lazarus Pit, the wanted wax baths, and
Like, which would you rather have in your ATR? Yeah, put it.
Fountain
Let's
of
put it
Youth.
down. Put in the dock.
All right,
All right.
Mark.
So here are the top 5 answers to what's the hardest body part to do wound care on. We had a tie for fourth place. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we had a tie for fifth place. So we had the top 6. 5 answers apiece for the lip/mouth area. Doing wound care on here.
This
5 people
area,
said that, yeah.
especially if they have a beard.
And then Alyssa just said this on the live stream, but the webbing in between either I did toes and or fingers, the webs, and she said it's just hard to like wrap it.
It's very
I
tough.
ended up doing like this split, like I would take like a 1 inch and just split it down the middle and almost do like a Y tape job.
Honestly, I'm trying to think if I've ever had to truly
Oh, I have.
take care of that area.
The
I don't
only
know if
other
I.
thing, the only other thing I've ever done is use like a knuckle band-aid
Yeah.
because it can go around the fingers like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is just good podcasting.
Like this. Maybe that's why they called it the knuckle band-aid, right? Because it can go around the knuckle.
Yeah. Well, I always use it around this knuckle.
Oh, this knuckle. Is
But
that
you
what
could
it
use
was
it
for?
but this is
Huh?
also a knuckle, so yeah, I guess maybe you're right. So
This knuckle. This is a
this
knuckle.
little
Oh,
knuckle went to the yeah. So
band up.
they were tied for fifth place. The lip and mouth and the webbies.
The way.
Uh, in fourth place, we had 6 people say elbows. Elbows are tough to do wound care on.
They're not easy.
No. And then we had a tie for second place. 9 people said the head/scalp. And then 9 people said the knee.
Oh, the knee.
Yeah, the knee is, and I think it's just again. You know where I struggled with the knee is what's the ideal?
Bendy area.
Yeah, what's the ideal Band-Aid to put on there? Because it's just like if you put it on flexed and then when you extend it, it just that doesn't work, and vice versa doesn't work either. So
No. You got to bend it slightly, right?
45.
We used to have these
There's probably people out there who are screaming their at their radios right now, going, "You idiots! This is how you should do it." Wound care
You
is nothing
guys are
hard.
stupid.
You guys are bad athletic trainers. We're just talking through how people think.
Yeah. We used Cosmopores. Did you ever have Cosmopores?
Is it kind of like tape?
So it was what's the coverall,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say similar to coverall, right?
Think coverall, but with like a sterile bandage on it,
Sure.
or a sterile like gauze pad underneath it, or a Tefla pad even, like Telfa. I always say Telfa pad.
Tesla,
Um,
Elon Musk
Tef,
pads. Tesla,
Tesla,
Elon
and,
Musk,
and
yeah, pad.
Teflon. I think I always think Teflon, like anti-stick.
Teflon.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah.
tape with Teflon anything?
all what is it? Stick free or whatever. Those worked pretty well, but only if the person was like not sweaty.
I would use actually towards the end of my like traditional career, I would use way more non-inherent pads than band-aids, and then just wrap it. Yeah,
Agreed. So would
yeah.
I.
Like let's just overdo it.
Yeah, keep that shit on there.
Forever. Don't ever take it off. That wound
Don't ever
will heal fine.
think-
And then first place tonight,
Yeah,
hardest body part to do wound care on 23 people, basically one out of every
genitals.
four. Face, the face, anywhere on the face. Kevin, we did have one person who said the hard membrane is the hardest place to do wound care on. I was like, it's probably easier to do on the hard membrane than a flaccid one.
The hard membrane.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I'd rather do it on. Never mind. A couple other just random answers we'll run through. Fingers. Somebody just said wrestlers.
True.
Upper inner thigh.
Ooh,
Upper inner thigh, like a little ingrown hair action.
groin, if you will.
Back, thumb, palm, feet, hand, glute folds.
Mm.
Earlobes
Can
got
comfortably say I've never. Oh,
earlobes got just outside the top five.
okay.
Between the eyes,
Oh,
right there. Eyelids, hip, a pilon. Never mind. Assist.
butt cheek.
Chin, neck, armpits. Armpits would be tough. Not gonna lie. And then knuckles. So
What kind of wound do you get in an armpit? Like an ingrown hair?
an
Is
ingrown
that
hair,
is?
I think.
Oh. Alyssa said she had to do a butt cheek the other day.
Well, how did you do it?
Well, in the butt, Bob.
But like, what? I mean, what's the? How about the pilon? I don't know how to say this. Pilon, pilonidal cyst. Here, we're
Pilonidal.
gonna share it. We're gonna share it. The screen here.
Oh God. Ooh.
How do you say that, Kevin? Pilonidal,
That is
right
that
above the butt
is
crack.
quite the spot. Oh, could you imagine? How uncomfortable is your butt crack if you have a pilonidal cyst?
You gotta really get a nice donut for that.
Oh, staph in the armpit, Colleen? Jesus Christ.
Band-aid and cover roll.
That would suck. How do you
Yeah,
keep that clean?
I think that's kind of what one of the more fun parts of the job, though. I actually loved doing wound care just to see how creative I could get with how to administer it.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly would. I did like wound care. It
Yeah,
felt like this minor surgery, you know?
correct.
I
Yeah,
liked
100%.
I liked when a guy was like, "Man, I think I have a sliver in my finger that I can't get."
Yeah,
All
let me
right,
work on that for like 35, 40 minutes. I'll get it.
let's let's grab the tweezers. Get a flashlight. Let's go. Apparently, Nate had a women's basketball player down in Tennessee that had a pilonidal cyst. Did you have to do any wound care on that cyst there, Nate? Incredibly painful, apparently.
Probably. It just doesn't look simple.
No, not at
Need
all.
some wound care on this
Yeah, you do. You've had that forever.
for like probably almost a year, maybe more. I'll go to the
I'm gonna cut
dermatologist.
that thing off the next time I see you.
Just do that in house. Okay, Kev, you want to do fat or FMK?
Let's go fat. Fatty,
Let's
fatty, fats, fats.
go with this button right here, our fictional athletic trainer debate. So before we get into tonight's fat, let's remind people that less than a week away from March, right? And what that means is it's the fictional athletic trainer bracket. This is what we do. This is what we're actually known for, the fictional athletic trainer bracket. I'm actually super excited. We kind of started doing a rough bracket. We got to finish it up. So if you've never done a fictional athletic trainer bracket, Kevin, why don't you kind of explain to them what it is and what we do? Did I put you on the spot there?
Oh, the old fictional athletic trainer bracket. So, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna say, Chad. The NCAA tournament. We got 64 contestants, and we break it down into. We'll have one bracket. We'll call it the southeast quadrant. Will generally be your non human like fictional athletic trainers, your thin crust versus thick crust, your Pepsi or cola versus Sprite kind of athletic trainers. And then the rest of them are characters from all across any kind of media, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's
Anything
your
we've talked
comic
about in the
book
last year
character,
on our show.
your TV shows, your movies. And I think this week is going to be our last two contestants.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the bracket covers everything we've talked about in the last year.
Mm-hmm. And then, so what we'll do is we'll create the bracket, we'll send the bracket out, and you're going to talk to like the other athletic trainers you work with. You're going to talk to your athletes. You're going to talk to your coaches. You're going to talk to your friends, and you're going to debate on who would make a better athletic trainer. We'll say Black Panther or Black Adam.
Tonight.
Spoiler alert. The whole point is to create conversation about athletic training, right? So we don't want just athletic trainers filling out the bracket. We want the athletes and we want the coaches. We want your friends so that somebody actually has to think about why Black Panther would make a better athletic trainer than Carl from The Walking Dead. Actually, Carl didn't make the bracket. Maggie did, though.
Maggie. Yeah.
I think Maggie made it. I got to look at it.
So we're going to debate tonight, and then the winner of tonight's show will go into basically one of the last slots in the fat bracket. So Kevin and I talked the schedule of events for the fat bracket. We're going to release the fat bracket on March 1st. So we'll kick it off March 1st. You'll have 2 weeks up until March 14th to fill out your brackets, get as many people to fill out your brackets, and turn them in to us. And then we'll start voting in the middle of March, and then every 3 days we'll do a different round. We're going to do the first round from March 12th to March 14th, the second round March 15th to the 17th, so on and so on and so on. And then the finals will be from March 27th to March 29th, and the winner of the fourth fat bracket will be announced live on our show March 29th. So Wednesday the 29th. So we've had prizes in the past. Kevin and I need to discuss what we're going to do for giveaways. Maybe we'll give away some free stuff. Maybe we'll give away some cash. Who knows? Whatever. We'll talk about that after the show and before next week. So look for something on social media explaining how to do the bracket, where to find it, and how the schedule of events, and then what we're going to do for prizes. And as we hinted, tonight's debate, fictional athletic trainer debate, we're going to do Black Panther versus Black Adam.
It's amazing we haven't done Black Panther yet.
I know we're like, how have we never done Black Panther? It's probably the only Marvel character we've never done. So
seriously,
yeah. So you've seen the first Black Panther?
Yeah.
Have you seen the second one?
Like the one that just came out?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. And have you seen the movie Black Adam?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So we put it up on social media. I was going to put it up on the screen, but it's just one poll. So let me just quick find it here. This was a runaway in terms of the popular vote so far.
All right.
96% of our voters said Black Panther would make a better athletic trainer than Black Adam.
Damn.
And wow. I'm gonna say I don't know if I agree.
Okay. Hot take.
So let's start here. Why don't you tell me why you think? Do you think Black Panther would make a good athletic trainer? Yeah or no, and why?
I think he would make a good athletic trainer. He's very composed. You don't see him get riled up too often until he has to.
Probably the most composed of any of the superheroes, to be honest.
Seriously, like, things don't rattle him. He just he'll get excited, but he uses that excitement to, like, get the job done, I think. Even his dad, spoiler alert, his dad dying. He never has
the first Black Panther is like 8 years old. If somebody hasn't seen it, they're not seeing it. Maybe not 8.
When his dad dies, it's like, God, that was Civil War, right, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so,
which is the best movie?
That's what you say.
It's one of my top 2 favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's up there for sure. I mean, all right, so his attributes, he's, let's just say he's the ultimate athlete. I mean, there's not many things about him that aren't, like, applicable to being an athlete. But we've talked about in the past, that usually leads to, if you have some, I guess, intelligence that guides you into, like, you know what, I really would like to take care of other athletes' injuries. You have a sense of what your athletes are going through. And so therefore you can understand what they're going through more. And then therefore you're probably a better athletic trainer. The other thing that I can't get over is, I'm sure in some capacity that I can't understand because I've never had my hands on the stuff, but vibranium seems to be the ultimate tool to make anything happen, including,
yeah.
I mean, it's almost like its own intelligence. And
how much vibranium do you need as an athletic trainer, you think?
I guess like, if I had unlimited like Black Panther does, I think I can get a lot of stuff done. And it has a lot of energy associated with it. I don't think I don't think making shields out of it is going to do much for you, but
do you think we'd use it more for like treatment or more for like rehab? Probably unlimited anything.
I guess, yeah, because it has so many different capabilities. Now I'm thinking about the fact that he does have to, I guess, take a drug in order to get a lot of his powers.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to snort some flowers. That might be a downfall. I don't know how long that lasts. Like, they never go into it. Is this like, Is this a weekly thing that he's got to freaking do, or is it like once he does it once, it lasts the rest of his life? I'm not really sure. Smart as his sister, apparently, but she's also kind of a little bit of a know-it-all. What else? Anything else I'm missing? That suit would be pretty cool. Could you imagine if you could just store all the energy of all your freaking athletes in your suit, and then one of them's pissing you off, and so you flick them in the head, and they go flying across the room? That'd be kind of fun.
Do you think the suit would be nice in this weather? It'd be fine. You could be an outdoor athletic trainer with the suit.
Is
I'm sure it's
vibranium thermal?
proof. It's got to be.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's also good?
Do you think all
Like,
black is a good look for an athletic trainer?
depends on where they are. In the middle of Arizona, in the in in the middle of the day, zero chance you'd catch me wearing all black.
he wants
Zero
more
chance.
night
I
games.
hated. Oh my god, man! When I was in the South, very often I did whatever I could to wear the brightest color or lightest color, I should say, um, at any time. Oh, you'd bake.
Um, the only other thing about him is he's like super compassionate. So he's basically hunting down
Yeah,
um, what's his name? Baron Zeta. What's the guy's name?
yeah,
I lost the name. He's
yeah.
hunting that guy down, and he gets to him, and he's gonna kill him. And he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna let you go. I feel bad for you. And like that's the kind of care that we show, or we need to
Yeah.
show our athletes, like that kind of compassion. So I'll say, in terms of personality, he might be the perfect personality for athletic training, temperament wise, and like really good.
I mean, he's really, really high up there.
Now,
Really high.
he is a little, I'll say this, he's a little reliant on the technology
Mhm.
and the tools. Uh, you know, uh, I'd like to see him be able to do a little bit more. I mean, he did some without the vibranium, but like you said, he's pretty reliant on.
Yeah.
He might be a little bit more reliant on modalities. So
It's
95% of people said Black Panther better than Black Adam. I want to talk about
Mhm.
Black Adam just a little bit here. One, I didn't necessarily dislike the movie. I actually kind of liked it.
Okay.
There were some flaws to it for sure, as DC has proven once and again. They rush things. Um, it could have been a really really good movie, but Black
Hmm.
Adam would not make a bad athletic trainer by any stretch. Now,
Okay.
in terms of temperament, as compassionate as Black Panther is, Black Adam is the opposite of. He does not give two
Lots of
shits.
emotion.
He
Hates everybody.
hates everybody, but treats them all the same and fair.
Oh, sounds like a grumpy old athletic.
100%. 100%. He also does not play well with others, but he would be the perfect high school athletic trainer
Oh,
by themselves. He does not want help from anybody. He's like, I will take care of this.
grumpy.
I will take care of this myself. He is very results driven. Um,
Okay.
smashes through walls, flies around, does whatever, hurts whomever needs to be. Like he's kind of like, I'm not going to put up with anyone's shit. He's not
Yeah.
putting up with the coach's shit. He's not putting up with the AD shit. I'm going to tell you, nope, this is what I'm doing. Let's go it. And I think a
Huh.
little bit where we've gotten in the profession is because we've gone the other way and turned the other way and said, look, no, I'll bend over and do whatever you need because that's what's expected of me. Where he's like the opposite. He's putting his foot down and saying, look, I'm going to get the job done, but this is what I'm doing, and you're not stopping me. So I think there's that, and then
Interesting.
lastly, the big picture is legitimately he is doing this, and he's been given all these gifts. He's doing it for his actual kid. And that's
Okay.
what we do as athletic trainers. We talk about we'll do anything for our kids, our athletes. Nobody displayed that more than Black Adam. I will do anything for my kids. That's literally what
Interesting.
he's doing. And I don't want to give away the movie. Um, so he's not a bad athletic trainer. He's probably a little rough around the edges. Think about this. Who
Hmm.
was your favorite preceptor when we were in school? Somebody who was very tough on new people, and you had to really work to gain their trust, right? Becky.
Usually.
People were scared to death of Becky because she was so rough around the edges and like standoffish. But that didn't make her a bad athletic trainer.
No.
And so I think
No.
once you get past the exterior of Black Adam, it's really pretty strong candidate. I mean, does he walk through a few walls? Yeah. Does he punch a few people? Yeah. He's
Hmm.
not as diplomatic as Black Panther, but he's
No.
also not putting up with the garbage that maybe the athletic training profession we've been putting up with too long.
Maybe. Maybe athletic training needs to be less accommodating. I don't know if that's the right word, but like,
We need to just stand up for our fucking selves. That's
always,
what.
yeah, always riding the fence.
Yeah.
Not trying to ruffle the feathers.
And
I'm trying to think of a
I'm the
euphemism.
worst example of this.
I
I
hear
am
you. Oh,
the
you and me
worst.
both.
Yeah. Um, so can I say definitively that Black Adam would make a better athletic trainer than Black Panther? No,
No.
but I don't think it's 95 to 5%. I think it's a lot of people who dislike DC and really like Marvel, and
Uh,
Black Panther's got really. Here's the problem with the movie. The movie was
oh.
very CGI heavy. You could tell it was a little too much CGI,
Mhm.
and they just you had these characters, and you're like you get to spend no time with them, and then they get discarded. And I just wanted them to keep. They could have done some really cool things, and I think ultimately they're trying to set up Black Adam versus Superman, and they were
Mhm.
like The Rock versus Henry Cavill was like all the talk in the
Yeah.
DC universe here, and it was going to be so cool. It's The Rock versus Henry Cavill, like Black Adam versus Superman. In the comic books, they're like truly like hate each other, or like
Sure.
they're like not necessarily hate, but they're like kind of anti-heroes.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then what does DC do? They go and screw it up by getting rid of Henry Cavill again after they just brought him on board, brought him back on board, and then get rid of him. So they just did what DC does.
Well, and they rush. So you're saying they rushed a movie in
They
order to
rushed the
get to the
movie.
next movie?
They had like all
Yeah.
these side characters, and then half of them are now gone. Like, Doctor Fate was in it when we did the
Okay.
draft. Remember when we did the draft, like rehab, um, the the we drafted like the artifacts from
Oh
superheroes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
took
Hmm.
Doctor Fate's helmet because apparently it's super cool. It can do all these things. They had
Yeah.
Doctor Fate in this movie, and it was uh, Pierce Brosnan, right? One of the James Bonds. He
Yeah.
was super good. He was like one of my favorite characters, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. Mm, jerks. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. I mean,
Well, I think I sent you a link. They just hired James Gunn,
yeah.
and they have this like 11 like things that are coming out in the future. And I'm pretty excited about a lot of it, like really excited. And there's a maybe there's a podcast too where they broke down like all the stuff that's coming out, and they talked about which ones they're really most excited about. I got kind of geeked up. A new Lantern show. I think DC might be. Here's a hot take.
Mm.
We're gonna fast forward 5 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I think DC is going to be pretty close to doing the Marvel thing. I think people are burning out on Marvel. I think they're
Oh,
Marvel saturated,
yeah.
and I think if DC can get its head out of his ass 5 years from now, people may be swinging back towards the DC way.
I hope so.
That's a hot
Because
take.
I
That's a really hot take, actually.
I mean, I fully admit I'm Marvel saturated. I I love me some Marvel, but once Endgame happened, and then it was
All the
the
TV shows.
continuation of all of it. I just they needed to stop for 5 years. Just stop.
Well,
Just stop.
that being said, we're going to see Ant Man on Saturday, and I'm actually really excited about it.
Sure,
I hope
good.
it's better than the last 2 years of anything they've done.
I hope so.
And
It has a
I guess I've
chance.
seen it's either people really, really love it or really, really hate it. There's no in between.
Yeah, yeah,
I've seen
whatever.
it's this is like the best thing, and this is like the worst thing they've done. So
Sure.
who knows?
Who knows?
So
Who you voting for?
um, I mean, it's hard to vote against Chadwick Boseman because he's such a likable guy and the character. I think the personality. I'm
You're
just
not
trying to
voting
think.
for the actor.
I know of the character. I know Black Panther, the vibranium. You know what? I'm gonna go with Black Adam because I made the argument for it, and I mean the people said Black Panther. I'm trying to think like Black Adam. Does he have any like cool party tricks that Black Panther doesn't? You know, he flies. He's super strong. Um, but like
I don't know.
Black Panther's got the speed, the agility.
Yeah.
Might be a better question asker though. Like he's a little bit more diplomatic, so he asks better questions in terms of like eval, rehabs, long term planning. He kind of sees the big picture. Maybe I'll go Black Panther still.
I have a feeling Black Panther would be the athletic trainer that just stares at his athlete and be like, all right, just keep giving me more of the story. I'm not going to ask you a question. Like I know there's something you're not telling me, so I'm not even going to ask a question. Just keep telling me the story. Just keep telling me. Oh, yep, you cut your foot jumping off your third floor balcony into the pool and you didn't want to tell anybody. Yeah. No, I think he's that athletic trainer. But I'm going with Black Adam. I'm going Black Adam. You convinced me
Oh,
because
good.
I
At
don't know
least I made it
anything
easy.
about him, but I like the old grumpy athletic trainer. I think they do well in this world.
I think you'd like the movie actually.
I might. Yeah.
It's a little long
I can't even remember the last time I watched a full length movie. I'm not gonna lie.
in one sitting.
Yeah. Can't remember.
How old is Bennett now? It takes us like 3 nights to get through an hour of TV.
Yeah. And I'm like, I would love to go to the movies right now, get some popcorn,
We're going
sit
Saturday.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've gone a couple times now.
One of these days I will. One of these days.
All right,
See a
let's
bunch of
roll.
movies.
Let's roll into our
Yeah.
FMK.
Okay.
Um, you want to present this one?
FMK. All right. So we were thinking, you know, our athletes, our patients, so forth, they come up with these weird reasons of like why something hurts. And sometimes it's like they refuse to think it's anything else. And it generally is, nope, I just slept on it wrong. Um, I was taking off my shoe, and all of a sudden my back hurt. And then I think I just sit too much, and like now my hip hurts. And so we're gonna do sleeping on it wrong, taking off my shoe, and sitting.
So the one.
FMK.
So for me, what I hear when people say they're taking off their shoe, it's like when you don't want to bend down and use your hands, and you like put your one foot behind your other foot, and you like
Yeah.
co-contract, and all of a sudden
Hmm.
something happens there. I'm like, how
Oh
you
yeah, I pulled my hamstring straight off the bone by just trying to take my shoe off.
incredible. Okay, so sleeping on it wrong, taking my shoe off, and then sitting.
Yep.
Um, And we're doing what? Which one we like them? How are
You got
you
to marry.
FMAing this? Like,
You got to marry. You got to kill.
so I guess I'll have to marry. I slept on it wrong. It might be the most amount of work of this group. The wry neck, the arm, the impingement, the shoulder. But at least like, okay, I get it. You're asleep. You slept in a bad position. Um, is it really your fault? Subconsciously, you slept that way? No, maybe not. Um, I think it is a little bit more work maybe than some of the other ones, but I'm willing to put that work in because I think it's worthwhile. Um, if you hurt yourself sitting, I'm gonna kill that one. How do you hurt yourself? Like, come on, come on. One, are you sitting really that long, or is your posture really that bad? Um, maybe stand up every once in a while, mix in a walk around the room, park the car,
Stretch.
something. Um, hurting yourself, taking your shoe off is just silly enough that I might enjoy it. It's just like goofy enough where you're like, humor me a little bit more. Tell me how you really did it. Like,
Why were you taking off your shoe?
fool me
You know,
once. Like, yeah. What about you? Where are you going on this?
I'm also gonna taking off the shoe because, I mean, I'm just hoping that you were in such a hurry to take off that you were about to have the most pleasure of all time because you're about to F. And so I'm effing that shit. I'm gonna I'm gonna go the opposite of you. I'm gonna marry the sitting
Oh,
because I'm gonna try to take the easy route here with marriage
mm.
and be like, hey, you know what? If you hurt yourself sitting, maybe you should stand up some more and just say, I don't think I have to do much. If your weakest link is just sitting, why don't we reverse that action and let's just stand up and walk around the room, squeeze your butt a little bit,
the
stretch those
easy,
hips.
the easy. Cav, you there?
Kill sleeping on them. And the reason is because that's just fucked up. Like, if you hurt yourself sleeping on something else. And so the reason I have to kill it is I think it's my biggest pet peeve of my patients saying, no, I just slept on it wrong. Like, well, no, it had nothing to do with anything else you did that day. Like, it had nothing to do with the fact that you have horrible posture, that you don't like you did CrossFit and you can't even like reach your arm over your head, but you did 700 freaking, clean and jerks, but you slept on it wrong. Yeah, it couldn't have been anything else. And so it just pisses me off when people only blame things on sleeping on it wrong. Therefore, I'm killing it.
Do you see that the
All right.
most of the three? Do you see that the most?
Uh, no, I probably see sitting the
Sitting the
most.
most? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a lot. It's pretty amazing how many people sit all day for work that we don't truly as athletic trainers see
Colleen said Mary sleeping on it. F the shoe,
how
kill
much
on it.
we that like somebody just can't fight that they sit down for 8 hours a day and then they're like, well, I'm going to be healthy, and they go for a run right after work, and it's like, well, you were like folded in half all day long, and now you think you can go run 6 miles. All right, let me know how it goes.
Colleen said Mary sleeping on it. F the shoe kills sitting. Nate said Mary the sleeping. F the same reason Kevin said, and then kill the sitting. It's just sad that you're gonna make me work because you sat down wrong.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it weird?
All right, let's do our feature topic here. Ready? And Q freezing up a little bit.
Yeah. Son of a
See
bitch.
if I can find this.
You got a screenshot if you want it.
I just sent it to you. So, all right, let's put this up here. I'm going to give credit where credit is due here. So on Twitter the other day, I'm going to read this. This is at Effort PR, Audric Warren. He said the weirdest part about any healthcare provider deeming an athletic trainer unqualified to treat athletic injuries is the simple fact that you couldn't name another healthcare provider that is intimately involved in the before, during, and after of all athletic injuries. I don't know
That's
why
some real
this
shit
stuck with me. Like, it's just well said. It's well thought out. Normally we get so caught up in the what's our role, like what can we do in terms of we talk about the setting a lot. We talk about the taping, the eval, whatever, the duties. But to think of it in terms of the time that you spend with the athletes or the patients or the whatever, it's just kind of cool to think that way. It's like, yeah, it never really occurred to me like nobody else is there before, during, and after. It's pretty special.
It's like a lot of people ask, right? Like what's what's the difference between athletic training and physical therapy? Or what's the difference between being an athletic trainer or even say a strength and conditioning specialist, a personal trainer, or whatever? We have that acute care mentality to us, right? We're the ones that generally are running out onto the field, and the reason that we're better at evaluating it on the field is because and then maybe if we bring in like a physical therapy world to assist in the long-term care of an injury or a rehab, that would be great. But then in comes the athletic trainer again to get them back to like where they need to be, if not better than they were before injury, so that they can return to sport and then freaking learn how to keep them there, right? So we're bookend and we're very involved in the middle.
That's a
Like
great way to say it, the bookend.
it's me, yeah, like, and it's very amazing to me. All of a sudden somebody understands like, oh, okay, so like you're really capable of like taking care of injuries and like anything, huh? And I'm like, yeah, totally. I not discrediting physical therapy at all, but does an athlete want a physical therapist coming out there and doing range of motion testing on the field? No. We need to just make the decision right then and there. What's going on? And that's what what was it at effort PR. It's amazing that, that's a really, really great like simplification of why we're so valuable. Before, during, after. That's incredible. Um Kudos to you, Audric.
I mean, I know the slogan for National Athletic Training Month is, there's an AT for that, like all the different injuries, but it's like maybe it's the AT is there for all of it, kind of thing. Rather than us being there for all the different types of people, we're there just for everything.
Well, but okay. So can we think about, is there any other healthcare profession? And I like, this is an honest question, not necessarily rhetorical, just trying to, pump us up. What other healthcare profession is there before, during, and after?
None.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the bigger question is, I
Time.
mean, I think ultimately we are the only one that does it. I
Hmm.
guess in terms of, um, maybe people that work in nursing homes.
Okay. That'd
They're
work.
they're there all the time. They're there
Hmm.
with their patients. No,
That's true.
not that there's an acute phase of that. Whatever, but they're there 24/7.
But they see these patients may hopefully
All
in
the
a healthy state.
Yeah,
Maybe they decline
yeah.
and sometimes get injured, get worse illnesses or whatever, and then they hopefully are with them afterwards, right? No, that's a good one.
Yeah,
There's
like
not
even
many other.
even like the nurses and the doctors and stuff, like you go to them after something happens.
Yeah.
Usually, not always. Um, but when you talk about like coverage of athletes and the traditional setting, one, we're the only ones that do it, but it'd be interesting to ask the other professions, would you want to do these other tasks? Would you be like ask a physical therapist, would you be interested in standing out there before doing would the PT feel have any interest in doing preventative taping and preventative exercise? I mean, maybe they like doing just the post injury rehab. I don't know.
Hmm.
And I'm sure each individual is going to be a little bit different, but overall, I wonder if the majority of PTs would enjoy standing there doing coverage.
Yeah. Coverage. Coverage is the word. Would you enjoy covering who your patient base is?
Yeah. So
An
I
interesting.
just thought it's just a cool way of looking at. And we talk about the bond, and I guess that's maybe why there's such a bond between athletic trainers and their patients, is because you're just there all the time.
It is interesting to think about the time and I actually, I mean, going to my,
I just thought of a T-shirt.
oh, don't tell Nate. Nate'll make it, and he'll make millions of dollars off of it. um,
Colleen just said, "Little sappy, but a high school senior. I got to watch him grow and develop as an athlete in seventh grade. Got him through several pretty tough injuries, and now he's going to play college baseball next year."
not sappy at all,
Yeah.
Colleen. Not sappy at all.
How about
Um,
this? I covered a youth baseball camp for like the last 10 or 12 years.
yeah,
One of those kids who I was like the camp like AT and I did a little bit of coaching. He ended up becoming one of my athletes at UWM. So I had him when he was like in sixth grade, and then I had him again his college year. It's pretty cool.
that's freaking awesome. Actually, did he remember you? Like, did he remember coming to that camp?
Every year, yeah,
Oh, he's there every year.
he was
Okay,
there for a
nice.
couple years, but like he like Facebook friend requested me after the camp and stuff, and we whatever we were. But yes, he said it was his best some of his best members were coming to that camp.
That's actually awesome. I mean, I going to that, like, I remember. So most people know, like, my previous career was professional baseball. Um, when I was in the minor leagues, when one of my players would get promoted, like, that was incredibly special.
Yeah,
Like, we would like most of the time, especially if somebody was getting called up to like the big leagues from Double A. I mean, we would all meet as a team, and like our manager would announce it. I mean, like those were like very special moments that you spend all this time, and even if it wasn't like it directly because you got them through an injury and they hug you and they say thank you, like it still was just the coolest thing to see that we do have an influence because we are. I think if we were removed and we were only around once, 3 times a week, that we wouldn't have that kind of stuff. And I think very often when we're talking on the podcast about, I don't know, even like I guess work-life balance. Why do athletic trainers like do what they do? And I think it's because of that kind of stuff. We want to be there every day. And maybe if we were like, nope, we're only worth, if you're gonna pay us that, we're only worth 2 days a week.
Well, and that's the crossroads that the profession is at right now.
Sure.
It really is. And frankly, there's arguments to be made on both sides of it. Like
It is. Yep.
we've talked about it. I've said it probably more times than our listeners care for. The episode we talked about, where we talked about what's important to you in your decision making process of what you do, um, can change. And when you're a young athletic trainer and you've got all the time in the world and you're just getting experience, it's a great time to do the traditional setting. And as you get older and your priorities shift, maybe it's not as great as it used to be, and that's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is.
So,
Well, hey, cue
uh,
the music. Cue the music.
yeah, knowledge is power. Knowledge is
Nah,
power. So,
knowledge is power.
So as we wrap up the show, a few reminders. One, look for some social media stuff on the fictional athletic trainer bracket. Kicking off March 1st, you'll be able to go to our website, find the bracket March 1st. You'll have a couple weeks to get as many people talking about athletic trainers, fill them out, have them turned in by March 14th. We usually give away some prizes for people that get the most brackets turned in, and then we keep track of like who has the best score, and prizes for the winners. But this is again National Athletic Training Month. We want people to be talking about the profession, what makes a good athletic trainer, and this is kind of a fun way that we kind of go ahead and do that. So look for the fat bracket coming out really soon. So
Hell yeah.
also make sure you get yourself a Candid Athletic Training membership. Discounts on our gear if you want to get a shirt like this, if you want to get a hat that Kevin's got on. Get yourself a Candid Athletic Training membership. It also gets you the lowest possible price on professional liability insurance, courtesy of Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. I think this is one of the coolest things we have going for us right now. We had people from other podcasts, Jeremy from Sports Medicine Broadcast, he is all in on this. He thinks it's like one of the coolest things that's happening, that he reached out and said, hey, I want to help you guys find more ATs for this because it's really important. We're trying to give back. So make sure you get yourself a membership. If you have a membership, we send you the email. There's a link. You can get the new professional liability insurance. Cancel your old thing right away. Get yourself. It's a better product at a better price. So, plain and simple.
Yes.
Make sure that happens. 10% off anything at Smart Tools. Using the code Candid10. Human Kinetics 20% off any CEU course using the code CandidCEU. Finally, our best friends, Healthy Roster, the official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training podcast. Make sure that as you're planning towards next year, you need the best EMR. You want a platform that's going to make your job easier, not harder. That's what Healthy Roster is. So check them out at healthyroster.com.
Tell them the Candid guys sent you.
Absolutely. Anything else that we need to do? Housekeeping, Kev?
I don't think so. We'll pick a name tonight. So somebody's going to get another 6 free CEUs from Human Kinetics. Kinetic
After this one,
Anatomy.
how many more do we have? 2 more to give away?
Yeah. So after tonight, we'll have 2 more. So we have 3 total left.
Cool. So, all right,
Boom.
everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
Peace. Bye.